Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the All-American Savage Show podcast. I am your host, John Burke, and with me is my beautiful bearded husband, Josh. How you doing this morning, you beautiful son of a bitch?
Hey, how are you?
You're beautiful. You're just so beautiful. You're resonating so much beauty over there.
Keep going. Keep going. You got me.
Oh, my God. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in with us wherever you're at. If you're at home watching the kiddos, on your way to work, if you're deployed overseas, wherever you may be, if you're sitting around your screen watching the most recent launch into space with Bezos's rocket that's shaped like a penis. For those that don't know, it just happened. This is really cool for me because I'm nerding out a little bit. Like, I'm not showing as much as I should, I guess. But it was really cool. So for those that don't know, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are in an almost kind of like privatized space race. So for those, I keep saying for those that don't know, a lot of people really don't know this, is that Bezos and Musk were in competition to get a contract to NASA to do a lot of these things that NASA wants to do, and they're going to privatize. And I think it was Musk won the contract because he underbid or had the lower bid, and they went with that. And Bezos is now suing NASA because of that, because Bezos apparently, the world is not enough. He has to put his fingers in everything. But what just happened was Bezos launched some astronauts to include William Shatner, Captain Kirk of the OG Star Trek, who I believe is 90 years old.
Is he 90?
I think he was 90. I think he's 90, yeah.
Huh.
And they sent him to space. The OG Captain Kirk went to space. Now, I'm not going to lie, that's really cool for me. Like, that's cool to see that, I love Star Trek, grew up on Star Trek, big Trekkie fan, live long and prosper, the whole shebang. And to see Captain Kirk actually go into space just brings even closer the imagination of those show writers that we actually had, like the Starship Enterprise, space exploration. Like, I feel like we're one step closer to that we could, I think about it, because, think about 50 years ago. We wouldn't even have come close to this within a short time span.
Went to the moon, though.
No, I'm talking about right now, private enterprise stepping in and launching individual civilians into space. But I think this is it's really incredible that I think that now that because when it comes to free market, when you privatize, it gets insanely better and insanely faster. Anything the government runs, again, like we've said time and time again, they fuck up.
Right.
Like even, pre-World War II or during World War II when, Ford was tapped into these other private businesses converted to making manufacturing tanks, machine guns, and they had good quality stuff. But this right here to me represents we are one step closer to space exploration of a different type that I don't think we've ever seen before. I really feel like if they were smart, we'd start colonizing certain areas. We can go even deeper into space. Now, Native Americans, I know that word's going to scare you, but there's no aliens that we're going to be conquering or murdering that we know of. And if we do, well, then it sucks for them to suck. Unless they have space lasers, well, we're taking your shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that.
You don't think it's going to happen?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Did they even? How far up into the space did they go today?
Not far.
Yeah.
Well, Elon's crew went up.
Just the tip?
Just the tip. And, well, for those that don't know, the rocket also looks like a massive penis.
Operation Just the Tip. That's what
Operation which I think is fitting. It's really cool. But I like the fact that Ingenuity created this. We didn't use the government. It's impressive
that they did that, but I don't.
You're just really hard to impress. You're really hard to impress.
Well,
maybe it's just the nerd in me. I don't know.
Maybe it is.
This day in history, October 13th. The cornerstone is laid for a presidential residence in the newly designated capital of Washington, D.C. In 1800, President John Adams became the first president to reside in the executive mansion, which soon became known as the White House because its white gray Virginia freestone contrasted strikingly with the red brick of nearby buildings. The city of Washington was created to replace Philadelphia as the nation's capital because of its geographical position in the center of the existing new republic. The states of Maryland and Virginia seceded land around the Potomac River to form the District of Columbia, and work began on Washington in 1791. French architect Charles L'Enfant designed the area's radical layout, full of dozens of circles, crisscross avenues, and plentiful parks. In 1792, work began on the neoclassical White House building at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue by a construction team comprised of enslaved and freed African Americans and European immigrants. Irish-American architect James Hoban oversaw the design, and President George Washington chose the site. On November 1st, President John Adams was welcomed into the executive mansion. His wife, Abigail, wrote about their new home, saying, "I pray heaven to bestow the best of blessings on this house and all And she sneezed multiple times.
Bless you.
Apparently, Abigail also had COVID. And she said, I pray heaven to bestow the best of blessings on this house and on all that shall hereafter inhabit it. May none but wise men ever rule under the... Whoa! She said, may none but wise men ever rule under this roof. Mm. Oh, would she be turning in her grave if she realized her prayer was not answered?
Yeah. Not even
close.
A little bit.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Oh, my God. Then you get your Joe Bidens in there. It's like, good grief. We got a dementia-riddled fucking old man, like one step closer to death, and like he's the one ruling shit. Like, yeah, just whatever. This just in. It broke yesterday. Really exciting news to see this. Texas Governor Greg Abbott bans coronavirus vaccine mandates, including for private businesses. Now, I know people are instantly going to jump on this thing, okay, well, government intervention is wrong, yada, yada, yada. In my mind, seeing this government intervention in the sense of fighting back federal intervention isn't a requirement. It's a necessity. We need this.
Yeah.
This is them utilizing government in the way it should be utilized to fight for the free rights of citizens.
Right.
And, you know, people are talking about, like, I've seen in comments when I post this, like, oh, you conservatives, you're all against government intervention unless it benefits you. It's like, I don't think you dipshits actually understand that this actually benefits everybody.
Yeah.
This is individual freedoms. This is the rights of free citizens. The government's actually, and this is like weird to me that the government's actually getting it right in this aspect. But I think Abbott is doing the right thing here.
I think so too.
But this, like, again, as with everything else, why wait until now? Like, this has been going on. Like, why wait until now?
The election.
Yeah. That's what pisses me off.
Alan West is a very admirable.
Alan West, I know you saw this because I saw you liked his post. Alan West is dealing with COVID right now, and he's doing ivermectin. Yeah. He's doing all the stuff you were talking about.
Monoclonal antibody.
And ain't no press coverage.
Really?
None.
Yeah, it's over here.
None.
It's in Plano.
Yeah, he's in Plano, and they're posting updates saying he's doing better. Yeah. It's working. Weird how they're covering that up.
I know. He's got a lot of haters coming out. It's strange how when you have a Republican who happens to be black, and you have all these commentators on the left.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the same thing they did Larry Elder. Mm-hmm. Jeez, man.
Just goes to show you. Like
it's
I
like
said,
the most racist thing you could possibly. It's just crazy.
Dude, I intentionally, I saw this article coming from Don Lemon and Chris Cuomo, Fredo himself, talking about NBA player, I forget his name, that refused to get the vaccine, who is now banned, can't do games or practice. They're saying, well, he should suffer the consequences. It's like, dude, part of me almost kind of wishes for a civil war so you cocksuckers be the first ones taken out. Because you sit there and...
Kyrie Irving,
I think that's who it is, yeah. He basically said... I have antibodies. I'm trusting the science, and I feel like I'm not going to take the vaccine. Good
a
for
lot
him.
of them. A lot of these
a lot. But that's the thing that blows my mind is that NBA players have the choice. Other people don't, which is all about the money. Again, for those that still don't get it, this is not an us versus them. This is the elites versus the poor, in a sense. That if you're poor and you have no leverage, then you're going to have to bow down and kowtow to what the rich elites mandate you to do. NBA players already have their freaking bread butter. They're good. Like, they're making millions. It's like, hey, if you pull me out of a game, fine. I've still got millions. Not a big deal. Other people that don't have that option, that are worried where their next burger's coming from, where their next paycheck's coming from, they're forced to adhere to. I mean, you're not forced, but they have no other way to go. Like, this is essentially the fact that the NBA can sit there and say, hey, players have the option not to, but if you work here, you don't. Like, this is insanity to me. And so at least Greg Abbott's taken a step in the right direction. I honestly feel other governors are going to step forward and do the same thing. I'm surprised DeSantis hasn't done this yet already. Unless he has and I just missed it. I don't know. Kristi Noem, the rest of them. And I think if this continues, if this whole pandemic elongates even further into 2022, we're going to see a various big shift in red and blue states in regards to people picking up and leaving those states to move to free states. Because I don't see California opening back up anytime soon to the level that like Texas is full open. There's nothing closed down.
I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of people in California that are just fed up with the leadership there, and you'll eventually see the fallout because it's. I think you can only hide that stuff for so long before people just get sick of it. They're like, no, I'm not wearing a fucking mask. No, I'm not going to get a mandate.
I agree.
No, you're not going to.
Somebody in chat corrected me. They said DeSantis has already done that. Good for DeSantis.
I thought he
good for him. Good for. I just didn't say that one. Good for him. Not surprising though. I mean, it's not surprising. So it's kind of like if you want to remain in these blue states that are under conditional lockdown and you want to deal with this bullshit, then stay there. But also don't bitch about it because you voted these people in office. Meanwhile, if you want to come to a free state, come on. Just don't bring your blue shit with you. Leave that at home. Like, do not come here. But I like what Abbott's doing, but it's just, again, it just feels like I don't know. I feel like a lot of the stuff he's done, it's like, bro, you waited till the last minute. This should have been done. Like, you should have been showing initiative to fight back. Like, Kristi Noem, I think, has the biggest balls of all of this. And it's a shame to me that Abbott and DeSantis are getting way more press than she is. She deserves to be recognized for taking a stand. The only state, I think, in America to never lock down. So we're not locking down.
Yeah.
And now, like, I think she should be praised as a hero. She legitimately had the intestinal fortitude to stand up in the face of the entire nation, much less the world, and say, I'm standing for liberty. I'm standing for what's right, the freedom to choose. And if you don't like that, then don't come here. And look at them. They're doing good. They're doing just fine.
Yeah.
Doing just fine. It's just amazing to me. So, Texas Governor Greg Abbott bans coronavirus vaccine mandates, including for private businesses. Texas Governor Abbott on Monday banned any entity in his state, including private businesses, from mandating coronavirus vaccines for workers or customers, expanding prior executive orders from his office that prohibited state government entities from imposing similar requirements. Now, again, this does definitely delve into the realm of discrimination or what a private business has the right to do. I don't feel that any business should have the right to sit there and say that we require this medical information from you in order to work here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like they have that right. I feel like that definitely intervenes on private information. Like, because nobody says, hey, do you have AIDS? Do you have HIV? Do you have mono? Do you have gonorrhea, Nobody asks those things, like, especially out at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Like, when you know all the orgies that are going down out there in the campgrounds, all the STDs that are being spread out there, and yet you come to me saying that you want proof of medical or a negative COVID test, yet I guarantee there's so much fucking STDs being spread around out there, but you don't ask for anything, any proof of that. Like, I think I have a much better chance of catching something from somebody in regards to, like, the flu.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to ask for, like, a negative flu test or say, have you had your flu shot? Nobody. And that's ridiculous. And then, before COVID hit, everything was like, the flu shot was optional. And like me, like you said, like you and I are the same on this. Like, we don't get flu shots. Like, I won't. Every time I get the flu shot, I get super sick.
Yeah.
And I've been fine without it.
I'd just rather do natural immunity.
Yeah, 100%.
Not put any drugs other than...
Except Delta 8. This episode is brought to you by Shell Shock CBD, ladies and gentlemen. We have just launched the Doritos and Huitos and Asteroids. These are basically like a Dorito and a Cheeto and a hard candy with a soft inside that are microdose Delta 8 for those that basically don't want to take a full 25 milligram gummy and really get high as shit. These are a way to kind of bring that down to where you can function during the day and have complete control over yourself, yet still feel the experiences of Delta 8, which is incredible. So you can check them out at shellshockcbd.com. Currently, code Burke works wonderfully well. They get you 10% off. And make sure, if you've not done so, you subscribe, or you basically can text me. Let me get the text number for those that are listening right now. You can actually, and again, this is my SMS list. I don't want to confuse people. This is my private SMS list that I can send you all kinds of updates on. Also, dank fucking memes that I can't post on the internet. I'm trying it yesterday. I know a lot of people didn't get the meme. I don't understand why. I'm still working on that, but this is through Blossom. So a big thank you to Blossom for making this happen for us. But you can sign up here. Basically, just text me. And I'm watching it right now. So if you text me during the show, I'm going to see it, populate. And again, your information is kept private. None of it is sold. It's all right here on my computer, and I basically just send you out various funny shit that I can't post on social media, and also keep you updated on new products from Shell Shock CBD. Now, here's the number. The number is 972-573-7069. Now, I'm going to post that in the Restream chat right now for those that don't know and didn't hear it. Text this number right away and make sure you sign up, because essentially you can't get it unless you sign up. It is 972, and once again, 573 7069. There's the number. Shoot me a text there, ladies and gentlemen. Once you've got that, make sure you sign up, and yeah, I'll be sending out random stuff. Make sure you save my contact info as John Burke, because a lot of people have been like telling me, it's like, I don't know who this number is. It's like, hey, it's Burke, penis. And they're like, oh, okay, gotcha. So here's the number again, 972-573-7069. Shoot me a text. Also, send me your dank memes. No, I don't want dick pics. I don't want any of that stuff. But send me your fucking hilarious memes, and I'll be sure to share them. Right. I'm probably going to only send out 1 to 2 texts a week. I don't want to spam it. Okay, D-Dom on Facebook said, I got your dinosaur meme. Just sent you. Awesome. Perfect. Great. I'm glad to hear it works. Some people said they didn't get the meme. So But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're taking it away from social media to where we're building our own SMS list that you can keep in touch with me. I can keep you updated on what's going on. It's just the easiest way of doing it. Michael Carly said, I got the penis reply. Yep, I respond to as many as I can throughout the day. I'll be doing it more today as well. I'm already seeing the SMS blow up here. This is insane. Like, this is what we have to do. Mm-hmm. This is what we have to do to circumvent this fucking fascist communist social media regime they have right now, to where it's like saying, oh, well, you can't. Like, I got my Snapchat banned. I posted a Shell Shock ad, and it was just CBD gummies. It wasn't even Delta 8, and they banned my fucking account. Meanwhile, there's porn stars, selling pics of their tits and pussies on there. But I put a CBD ad, and oh, God help me. You think that I just freaking dug up the grave of Mother Teresa and skull fucked her in front of the whole world. Like, Jesus. Like, this is what really we're concerned about, like CBD. So, again, that number... I got somebody said, let's go, Brandon. I love this. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There is a number. Shoot me a text. Make sure you fill out the information and sign up. Otherwise, I can't receive your texts. Really appreciate that. So let's get back into it. Abbott move puts him at odds with some large corporations and with the Biden administration, which last month announced plans to require all employers with 100 workers or more to adopt vaccine mandates or testing regimes. A number of large private companies in Texas have issued mandates, to include Raytheon here, because my music teacher has to deal with that. On Tuesday, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki attributed Abbott's decision to politics. No, lady, that ain't politics. That's called fucking freedom, you ginger fuck. Like, Jesus Christ, this peppermint patty little cunt up here. Yeah, it's politics. Like, I just want to smack the shit out of her. This whole fucking administration is just a big fucking joke. Big joke. Like, intentionally mislabeling things that are done with good intentions. Mm-hmm. To sit there and defend the rights of free citizens by saying, no, you will not mandate mandatory vaccinations on your employees. You do not have the right to do that. That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. So on Tuesday, or I think it's pretty clear, she says, I think it's pretty clear when you make a choice that's against all public health information. No, bullshit. That's wrong. That's 100% wrong. Mm-hmm. We're getting conflicting science here now. Science. I think it's pretty clear when you make a choice that's against all public health information and data out there that it's not based on what is in the interests of people you are governing, she told reporters. It's perhaps the interest of your own politics. Your own politics are basically the representation of the people that elected you, and right now the overwhelming majority of Texans do not want mandatory vaccinations. Also, in principle alone, this is wrong. This is fucking wrong. So politics be damned. This is about freedom. The right to choose. But suddenly, when it comes to abortion, they reverse their roles. Mm-hmm. That's just kind of funny to me. It's all about politics. What a fucking ignorant cunt. What an ignorant fuck. I hate these people. And when I say hate, I mean hate. Look, and I know a lot of people don't want to go that route, but I definitely will. I legitimately despise and hate this administration. I find them to be incredibly stupid, ignorant, and completely tyrannical. And whatever happens to them as a result, I would feel nothing for. I would probably be laughing and clapping.
Yeah, what would you do differently if you were trying to destroy the country?
They're damn well doing a very good job of this.
This is exactly what you would do.
100%. They're doing a damn good job of this, man. I'm telling you right now. I don't feel anything for these people, nor should we. Because there was a time, and I'll admit that my stances have changed a little bit over time, or a lot actually, but why would I ever, and we talked about this before, why would I ever feel any compassion? Why would I feel any brother or sisterhood with those that are enforcing tyrannical mandates that essentially violate the premise of the Constitution and people's individual rights? Why would I ever tolerate that? That's something that should not be tolerated. Now, there's a difference in like tolerating somebody's difference of opinion, being a racist, being a sexist, being whatever, but that doesn't infringe on anybody's rights. That's your freedom of free speech. You can do that. That's what makes America beautiful. In its weird, oddly twisted way. But now when you overstep that boundary and start saying you're forced to do this, that's wrong. Like, you can't force someone not to be racist. You can't. That's wrong.
I'm still trying to find all these racists that everybody keeps talking about.
Like
the marches on D.C. of the Klan.
Interesting.
And, like, where are all these meetings happening?
Yeah, I'm not aware of them.
I know.
If you're a Republican or like you're not leftist, then you must be a part of the KKK. It's like, I never got invited to a rally. Where's my invitation? Like, I never got that in the mail.
Even back
apparently these things are going on everywhere, and I'm like, where's the burning tiki torches? I don't see anything. What are you talking? Where's the lynchings? I don't see this shit. What are you talking about?
Even back in the 80s. I think the Klan was still marching in D.C.
Yep.
They've
lost a lot of power.
These woke messages on all these athletes on the back of their helmets, on the basketball court, talking about end hate, stop racism. I'm like, Who are you telling this to?
Yeah, you're screaming at the sky for something that's good. It's like, we should end murder. It's like, yeah, I'm glad you said that because, look, we got to address something here with social media. This is how stupid we become. You post the pictures of these fucking signs of, like, end sex trafficking. They're like, what? I don't know. What's your intent here? You're screaming at the sky to say we should stop murder. It's like, yeah, we're in agreement, but they're working on that. Yeah. Like these people, there are people actually out there doing it. But I think a lot of this is just people wanting to bang their chest and be influencers on social media and represent a. Because again, how many out there during the age of the Save All Children, everybody was posting signs and saying hunt your local pedophile, and none of you cocksuckers were gonna fucking do that because you're not gonna go out there and go to jail by putting a bullet in somebody's head. You're not gonna do it. So again, it's more just fluff and feathers and dog and pony show bullshit. It's social media slacktivism. Meanwhile, you've got actual organizations out there that are actually doing this stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's what I was posting about on social media before my account got taken down. I was like, all you motherfuckers talking about all this bullshit. Like these fucking, oh my God, like there's this one influencer cop I can't fucking stand. He's not a cop anymore, but you can tell he wants to be an influencer so fucking bad. He stages the most cringe fucking, I had to unfollow this douchebag. But he's sitting there with his fucking Kevlar and his NVGs and a little M4, kitted out and said, hunting your local pedophiles. Like, you ain't doing shit. You're projecting. You're not doing a single fucking thing except getting likes and clicks on social media. Just shut the fuck up. Stop it. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, that's why when the organization that actually does it, I can't remember who it was, they reached out to me saying, hey, we made a book. If you want to promote that book, we'll send it to you. And the profit and the proceeds go to funding these people actually combating sex trafficking. So now that is something I will get behind. That's actionable thing, actionable information and things such as that. So it's kind of like, and then you'll have some people come at me sideways saying, well, it's bringing awareness. It's like, it ain't bringing shit. But there was a few people that I liked what they posted. As far as saying, these are the things to look for when somebody is being abducted or is being used as sex trafficking. Like, they were actually like painting a picture for you to kind of wake up. Giving you actionable information. Yeah. That I respected. That I appreciated. But the bullshit influences, like, and that's the other thing. People call these pieces of shit out. Call them the fuck out on their pages. Make them uncomfortable. They should. We have to have a way to write these types of slacktivism and do away with it. And that's where I feel bullying definitely comes into play. Like, bullying serves a purpose. I know people don't like hearing that. Bullying is going to get you stronger. It's also going to right society when society goes awkward and awry. And you look at this, for example, when you have people out there projecting so much and not actually doing anything, bullying knocks them back in fucking line. And I'm not talking about bullying in the sense of like the strongest means of it, like being fucking, going out there and like being physically assaulting and stuff. Like, I'm talking about like push back on these motherfuckers on social media. Call them out. You need to. That's what fixes it. That's what does this right. And then they start saying, oh, fuck, well, yeah. Then it makes them scratch their heads and start thinking because they know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. They know exactly what they're doing. And they still do it anyway because, again, they just want the views. They want the likes. They want to get the followers. They want to be famous. They want that social media clout. Trust me, I've been around a lot of these pieces of shit motherfuckers. They're all the fucking same. They are all the fucking same. Hunt your local pedophile. Yeah, I'm not going to jail for putting a bullet in a pedophile's head. Not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. I mean, what you do, if you can make something happen behind closed doors, Phil, I got you. But I'm just saying, like, this has just gone so far into the realm of just stupidity. Like, it needs to be pushed back on. So
spiraled, really spiraled.
It definitely has. We saw the same thing with the veteran movement of doing 22 push-ups a day to combat veteran suicide. And I'm sitting there, and at first I was like, oh, yeah, cool. And then I'm sitting there, I was like, wait, what is this doing? Like, this doesn't do shit. Like, there isn't going to be a single veteran sitting on the edge of his bed, tears streaming down his face, with that fucking 9mm in his hand, ready to put one on his head. And then he's scrolling through Facebook one last time. I was like, oh, that guy just did 22 You know what? Okay. Life is worth living. Right. 22 push-ups saved my life.
He's
ripped. John Burke's out there screaming at fat people. That saved me. I actually got a shitload of messages from veterans that said that actually did a lot of good for them. It got them off their fat asses, back in the gym, back in shape, and restored confidence and built them back up to being what they originally were in the military. Like they said that actually. I think they do, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, not everybody is going to respond.
Of course,
to it, but
different styles of motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you fat fucks out there. Actually, you've been looking good too recently. Like you've been back in the gym. You've been getting after it.
Well, you shamed me. You shamed my fat ass back into the gym.
Now I can never get fat because then you're going to shame me in response. I love that. We keep each other in check. It's almost as if steel sharpens steel. Weird. All right, coming from Breitbart, Kamala Harris laments America's shameful past and devastation wrought by European settlers. Cry me a fucking river, you stupid cunt. You stupid cunt. Meanwhile, what do we do in Afghanistan and Iraq? We're the same thing. Like, stop with this bullshit shenanigans of this cry about how unfair the world is.
That was like a week ago.
Yeah, this is stupid. Vice President Kamala Harris on Tuesday deplored the European explorers who first landed in North America using a virtual address at the National Congress of American Indians 78th Annual Convention to claim President Joe Biden's Build Back Better agenda will do much to ameliorate the damage she attributes to mass migration. What? The damage to mass migration? Okay, let's look at this from a realistic, a pragmatic approach. You know what we brought to the Americas? Yeah, we brought disease, naturally, because, their immune system wasn't that good. But we also brought, increased medical technology. We brought we brought commerce. We brought capitalism. Well, not right away, but eventually it got there. We brought a lot of great things. But all they ever want to focus on is the bad. It's like, but what about the good? Because people oftentimes ask me, if you could live in any age in the period throughout the history of the world, what age would you? I was like, now. We have the best technology. We have the best medical care. And don't get me wrong, yeah, we have some problems with the healthcare system. I mean, there's no denying that. But even still, it's like, why the fuck would I want to live during the age where my max life expectancy was probably like my early 30s to late 20s? Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to live that?
If you didn't have insurance, let's say you don't have insurance, you went out, you broke your arm, and you went into the emergency room, they're still going to take care of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like you're be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Turning over, yeah. Since 1934, every October, the United States has recognized the voyage of the European explorers who first landed on the shores of the Americas, said Harris told the gathering held the day after Columbus Day. But that is not the whole story. That has never been the whole story. Those explorers ushered in a wave of devastation for tribal nations. What's your end game here? Like, you're sitting there, you are reaping the benefits of what those European settlers. And by the way, those European settlers also risked their fucking lives on ships that cross these oceans. Like, are you serious with this? Like, they paint them as if they were all cowards. Like, that's the way the world worked back then.
Yeah.
If you were a lesser society, a weaker, you would get conquered. So again, these rich fucking elites sitting there, you stupid fucking liberal scumbags, you want to sit there and you want to cry about, oh, it was so unfair. Yet you're sitting here. Ladies and gentlemen, if the Native Americans were still in charge, you would not have iPhones. Okay? You wouldn't have this shit. You wouldn't have any of this. If we were still back, you want to know what we'd have? Go look at fucking Middle East, the Stone Ages. That's where we'd be. Not with the same religion, but very similar. Misogynistic. They own slaves. Like, stop with this bullshit. And this is the problem, that these fucking liberal elites twist historical data to match their fucking politically driven narrative. And they're doing the same thing with science. These liberal scum cannot be trusted. Cannot be trusted in any stretch of the imagination or any sense of the word. Ridiculous. You wouldn't have the medical care you have right now. You wouldn't even be listening to me right now. You wouldn't even be watching this right now. We wouldn't be watching the rocket launch into space with William Shatner. We wouldn't even have Star Trek. We'd be back in the fucking Stone Ages. Thank God we didn't have those people around to where they're running shit. Thank God for progress as a society. I'm not going to sit there and cry tears of woe over what happened in the past. I'm thankful for what we have now. Was it fucked up? Of course it was, but that's how it was back then. Just like how it is now. We have different cultural taboos, different social structures and standings. Everything's changed. But these liberals, my question to you is, what is the intent of you whining about this shit? You want to revert? You want to go back to the way it was? Go to the Middle East. That's as close as you're going to get. Go to the fucking Middle East. It's amazing. It's fucking amazing, right? You fucking liberals out there, you cry about how bad you think you've got. Part of me almost kind of wishes that you didn't have it so good, just so you could see how bad it is. Go visit a third world country. Go do it and see how great you have it over here. Fucking losers. We must not shy away from this shameful past. We must shed light on it and do everything we can to address the impact of the past on Native American communities today. What the fuck are you talking about? You talking about the land they have, the college access they have, the government benefits they have that we don't? That, by the way, I wasn't a slave and neither were they? I'm tired of hearing this fucking sympathy bullshit. Many Americans are. I don't give a fuck what your skin color is. I don't give a fuck what your ancestors went through. You're in it just like the rest of us now, buddy. You got equality. Now shut the fuck up and go work. Or do we have these stereotypes that exist, but nobody wants to address because there's actually a lot of truth to that? Ooh, we don't want to talk about that now, do we? What rights don't you have as Native Americans that everybody else does? You want to talk about inheritance wealth? That was made up for you. how much money they rake in those fucking casinos and they divvy it out to the it's insane to me. I have cop buddies that patrol these reservations saying it's a shithole. They turn them into shitholes. Not all of them, naturally. No, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about different cultures not adhering to social norms. No, talk about that. That's off the books. We can't say that because that's just offensive, but it's true. That's what we are now. We're denying truths, ladies and gentlemen. President Biden's multi-billion-dollar Build Back Better plan agenda will have a significant impact on Indian country, Harris went on to claim, without offering specific evidence. Of course there's no specific evidence because there's nothing in there. She just wants to vote. She wants to support. That's all this is. It's going to help the Native Americans. It's like, okay, but where? Well, we're not going to get into that. Bullshit. And I'm pretty sure she's going to tour white states and talk to the white people. Like, this benefits, well, maybe not white people because if she does that, it'll come off as racist. But going to tell black people, she's going to tell Chinese people, every single minority out there, she's going to tell them this bill helps you out and then won't go into any specifics as to why it helps them out. It's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. Kamala Harris is a joke. Biggest joke of a fucking VP we've ever seen. Biggest fucking joke. Transgender medical group says we stand behind use of puberty blockers, gender-affirming hormones for diverse gender youth. Okay, when this involves children...
Finally some science.
Yeah, finally some science. When this involves children, you deserve to be bullied. You deserve to be harassed. You deserve to have your fucking ass beat. I'm not even going to sugarcoat this shit anymore, ladies and gentlemen. When you want to sit there and tell me that your child should have access to puberty blockers, you should be put in prison. You are insane. This is insanity and should stop being tolerated. There are certain things I will tolerate in regards to sexuality. But when it involves children, you should be locked up. In public, you should be beat the fuck down. This should never be tolerated. This is not freedom. This is child abuse. This is disgusting. This is immorality with our children. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to go out as an 18-year-old adult and go to the recent strip club or local strip club and go get the fucking gerbil stuffed off your ass, I don't care. When it involves children, you are over the line, and violence should be immediate response. That's what America needs more now. We need more violence. I said it. You know why we're going this direction? Because there is no violence. These parents out there pushing this transgender bullshit on their children, oh my God. Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Had a debate long time ago with some fucking big name Twitch people, Vosh being one of them, talking about he's for children having access to beta block, all this stuff. In my mind, you're a sicko. You're a disgusting individual. I cannot fathom how you would ever condone such a thing being pushed on fucking children that don't have fully developed brains. And the majority of these people pushing for this are not parents themselves. Yeah, they are so mentally out there. They are so unhinged and insane. This is where we're at now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, again, when you're an adult, do whatever you want. Don't care. If you want to be trans, go be trans. I don't support it. I think you're fucked up in the head. You should seek help. But I support your right to do whatever the hell it is you want. I just don't agree with it. Where it comes to children, no. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Yeah, you're not going to let them smoke cigarettes because they're a little stressed out at school.
Exactly, yeah, 100%.
You're not going to let them have a drink. At least I would hope not.
But hey, let's give them hormone blockers because that's exactly what they need as children.
Right.
Dude, I'm telling you, I long for the day where these types of people can be roped out of their houses and fucking shot. I mean, disgusting
why not
human
just
beings.
Shoot them up with steroids.
It's really, that's a lot of people. That's what they're trying to push for. To have these children undergo, and then some people pushing that children should have access to gender reassignment surgery. Some people are in favor of this, of a child undergoing surgery to change their genitals, and it's irreversible.
Well, it's not surprising that, I mean, you're obviously going to have people, because people want, abortion up until the day of birth.
Yeah.
So
once the baby's out, to kill it after it comes out of the vagina, out of the womb.
So there's just like a group of people who hate kids.
This is insanity to me.
It's crazy.
I cannot believe we live in a society where this has been attempted to be normalized. And I know that we are around this so much on social media to the point where it almost kind of feels like, oh yeah, it's just trans being trans. But if you really take a step back and you look at this and saying, this is fucking disgusting. This is insanity to me. I can't fathom this. These people are cancer. These people are the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. They should not be tolerated. They should not be given any fucking leeway. They should be harassed and bullied at every fucking corner until they change their fucking minds. That's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Two physician-run organizations issued a joint statement Tuesday declaring their support for obstructing the sexual maturation of what they deem transgender and gender-diverse children with puberty-blocking hormone interventions. The organization stated that prepubescent children deemed transgender or gender-diverse, according to their unspecified criteria, should be administered sex hormones such as estrogen and testosterone when indicated. They describe such hormonal treatments as gender-affirming hormone medications. The United States Professional Association for Transgender Health and the World Professional Association for Transgender Health declared the United States Professional Association for Transgender Health and the World Professional stand behind the appropriate care of transgender and gender diverse youth, which includes, when indicated, the use of puberty blockers such as gonadotropin and releasing hormone analogs and other medications to delay puberty. I can't even read this and just not feel cringe and disgusted. There are actual organizations that condone this. You know what children want to do? They want to go outside and they want to play tag. They want to play cowboys and Indians. They want to go out there and just be children. They want to scrape up their knees. They want to go run and play tag, hide and seek, Red Rover, all of this shit. And this is what they're forcing on them. Yeah. No child.
They're not coming up with this stuff on their own.
Exactly. I saw a TikTok the other day. There was a mom that had a toddler. This kid couldn't have been older than maybe 1 year old. He's gay. How the fuck do you know he's gay? How the fuck he's not even sexually matured. How the fuck do you know that? That woman should have her child taken and she should be strung up by her fucking neck out back. Disgusting human being. These people are fucking insane. They are twisted. They're the ones ruining this country. They are ruining this country. Disgusting, immoral, crazy motherfuckers. There should be no tolerance. They should be harassed. They should be bullied. They should be banned from society. This is disgusting. Disgusting. A child. These organizations should be shut the fuck down. Trans boys are boys. No, you're not. You are not. Again, I will tolerate you for the sake of you're having your right to do whatever you want. But then when you force that belief on people saying, you have to acknowledge that I'm a boy. No, I don't. Your chromosomes dictate that you are a woman or a man. Now, when it comes to like being respectful, I'll usually call them by yes, sir, or yeah, no, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, whatever the case may be. Just out of respect. But once that line gets crossed and you force me to take that position, I'll take it with no problem. I have a few transgender friends, don't get me wrong. I got no beef with them. And they also understand there's mutual respect and tolerance, which is what we need. It doesn't go just one way, it's both ways. We'll tolerate your lifestyle, but you tolerate our beliefs as well. And our beliefs are contrary to yours, but we can live in unison. We can. Until you bring children into it, and then I have no part with you. Be glad I'm not in charge. You people pushing with these child things, that you'd be dead. You'd be fucking dead or in prison. It's disgusting to me. Ultimately disgusting. I don't even know how we even got to this point, but I think, again, this is progressivism. This is what liberalism brings. You know, when liberals want to talk about how bad conservatives are, you are the party that supported trans kids and children and then drag time story hour, drag children. Kevin, whatever the fucking, the kid you were talking about, the drag kid. What's his name? I can't. Kevin Devine or something Divine, some shit. I don't know.
Something is amazing.
Yes, Devin is amazing or some shit. I don't know. Whoever this kid's parents are should be fucking flogged. This kid is a psychopath in waiting. He's nuts. He's fucking crazy. This kid is so far out there, he's not even living in reality. But there was shows. He did a show in New York. And he was literally on a stage and people were throwing money at him. Yeah. A child, a boy. This was in liberal fucking New York. That's crazy to me. Then there's videos circulating of the child, the little girl sitting there at I know you saw this, a little birthday party, and it was a drag birthday party, and there's this man dressed as a woman basically doing these provocative moves and stripping a little bit in front of this child, and they're all just sitting there applauding it. Every single one of those parents should have their children taken from them. That's disgusting.
Like, what's going on?
I don't. It's a political narrative. Jen Psaki talks about Greg Abbott is using this idea of blocking mandates because it's politics. These trans people, these parents, the only reason they're doing that is for progressive politics. It's the only reason. They want to get that gold star and be accepted by these minority communities that are fucking insane. Why would you want to be a part of that? I don't understand that. This, ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing is what progressivism gets you. This is what's in that box. It's insanity. Pandora's box of fuckery. And it's disgusting.
Yeah, I wonder if these organizations get taxpayer money?
Government, yeah, that's the other question I had.
Yeah. I mean, if it's the United States Professional Association of Transgender Health,
it just blows my fucking mind.
Sounds like we're writing them checks.
That's leaked Border Patrol documents show mass release of illegal immigrants into U.S. by Biden administration.
What?
It's out. The Biden administration is releasing enormous numbers of migrants into the U.S., often with little to no oversight. And guess what? No mandatory vaccinations. No mandatory
or any background check whatsoever.
Yeah, they're just letting them come through saying, are you a criminal? Nope, come on in. But you, as an American, as a taxpayer, you have to show a vaccine proof to fly or to do these various different things. You have to wear a mask. You have to. But meanwhile, these illegal immigrants coming over ain't got to do shit. Ain't got to do shit.
I don't speak no English.
I speak no English. Oh, there's you. Come on in. Exclusive, at least 160,000 illegal immigrants have been released in the U.S., often with little to no supervision by the Biden administration since March, including a broad use of limited parole authorities to make more than 30,000 eligible for work permits since August, Border Patrol documents obtained by Fox News show. The documents gave a partial snapshot into how the Biden administration has been releasing enormous numbers of migrants into the U.S., often with little to no oversight, supervision, or immediate risk of deportation. This is nuts. This is nuts. Wow. Since March 20th, at least 94,570 illegal immigrants have been released into the U.S. I don't have to say anymore after that. Illegal immigrants released into the U.S. What does that say to legal immigrants?
Suckers.
What does it say to them? There's a guy at the gym I go to. He's from Africa, and he's white. Guess what? You can be African American and be white. So when people say, like, oh, are you from Africa, you must be black. I'm like, no, there's white African Americans too. Mm-hmm. But this guy's sitting there, he's pissed the fuck off. He's like, why the fuck? He's like, you know how much money I had to spend to get my goddamn green card just to come over here? Yeah. He's like, meanwhile, these illegal fucking Mexicans at the southern border, they get in for free. And they don't even wait in line.
Walk right across. No paperwork, no document. They just fucking here on. He's like, what fucking sense does this make? He's like, this administration is a fucking joke. Total joke.
This administration is a fucking joke. At least Trump had the balls to try and do something about this.
Yeah. He was building a wall.
I'll tell you what, man.
That seemed to cut down on illegal immigration there quite a bit.
I'll tell you what, come 2022 midterms, we're going to see some serious change. I really think. Desmond is amazing. That's the one. Desmond is an amazing documentary. Info on his guardians, and it's as bad as you think. Some people are saying they're also pedophiles. I don't doubt that.
Yeah, they're absolutely pedophiles.
I don't doubt that.
Anybody that's going to the show and watching him.
Yeah, 100%. You want to hunt somebody, social media activists? There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. Go hunt them.
Doing that stuff. That's disgusting.
Meanwhile, since August 6th, the administration has released roughly 32,000 immigrants into the U.S. via parole, which gives migrants a form of legal status and the ability to apply for work permits. Federal law says parole authority is to be used on a case-by-case basis for urgent humanitarian purposes and significant public benefit. Those are loopholes. That's fucking loopholes right there. That's all they're using. Typically, only a handful of parole cases are granted by officials, but the Biden administration has been using it more broadly, including in its parole of tens of thousands of Afghans in the United States as part of the Operation Allies Welcome. The one that he botched horrifically, didn't vet like 3/4 of them. Like, really? Jesus. I'll tell you what, man. Midterms and the 2024 election is going to determine where this country is going in regards to a civil war. If the shit that happened in 2020 happens again, I guarantee there is going to be violence. There will be war. I mean that. It's not something I'm hoping for. I'm just saying I see Republicans getting so fed up with the system. The system is broken. They don't trust the system. It's over. It's fucking over. America will crumble. It's nuts to me.
I wonder if there's any Democrats in office right now that think.
Well, what were you telling me yesterday about the governor out of Arizona, the Democratic governor senator out of Arizona that was being harassed when she was running the marathon?
Oh, the bisexual Kristen Sinema?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like...
Isn't it interesting a point you just proved is that that's what they labeled her as, is bisexual, and that's what we know her as.
Yeah.
Maybe that if you want to be known as something more than just your sexuality, you make that known versus just your sexuality.
She's the only one though that's really bucking the system. I mean, being a part of the Democratic Party, and you could see that when she first got elected, and when Trump was president.
Yeah,
when she was sitting around the other Democrats, it looked like there were some awkward exchanges between some of them. Like they didn't approve of how she was handling her vote.
Yeah,
but yeah, they're tracking her down wherever she goes in the bathroom. She was at a marathon in Boston.
Was she running it?
Yeah,
Damn,
she was a participant, and now they got all these
Sheep.
little protesters, like little demonic cults, following her around wherever she goes, telling her.
Somebody said these are Soros funded too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
When is Soros gonna die?
I don't know.
Why has nobody killed him yet?
It's like a quarter dragon.
He is. He's
like 178 years old.
Wasn't he an actual Nazi?
He was an actual Nazi.
How the fuck is this dude not in prison? How has somebody not murked this motherfucker?
I don't know. He's a billionaire. How did he become a billionaire?
That's the other question. How the fuck did he get so rich? Oh, my God. This just in. Turley, there are now serious questions about a Biden family influence peddling operation. A new report says Hunter Biden and his father previously mingled in each other's finances. Constitutional law expert Jonathan Turley joined Fox and Friends Wednesday to discuss a new report alleging that Hunter and Joe Biden previously held shared bank accounts. Turley said it's time for an independent special counsel to be appointed to look into the allegations. And here's where I stand, 100%. You wanted to see Trump's tax returns? You scream bloody murder, all that shit? Let's fucking do it. Let's play the same fucking game. Same fucking game.
Why don't you just look at the emails from his laptop that was dropped off that the FBI has?
Because the FBI
I feel like all the information's
yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been emails that have been leaked out of that laptop.
Because it's all been fucking politicized, and that's why you need to do away with these three-letter agencies, because they become politicized and they're no longer doing their job.
Totally worthless.
It's a fucking
worthless.
It's a weapon to be used by the administration, because right now the DOJ is going after moms and dads, like protesting these school boards, wanting to combat critical race theory. When you have the FBI looking into that, what the shit is going on?
And what agent is going along with this?
Right? Well, we're the same agents that were goose-stepping morons. It's nuts. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Network blackout on gender-fluid rape claim in Loudoun school. This is from Washington Examiner. The three biggest national TV networks ignored the national outcry yesterday over a Virginia father's charge that a dress-wearing gender-fluid boy sexually assaulted his 9th grade daughter. As parents gathered before the London County School Board in Washington, D.C. suburbs to demand the resignation of superintendents of schools, news cameras from ABC, CBS, and NBC were nowhere to be found. That prompted conservative media critics Brent Bosel, who heads the Media Research Center, to decry the media's double standard of playing up favorite issues such as mask and vaccine mandates in schools, but not potentially harmful impact of liberal school policies. In a tweet responding to the new blackout, he said, "Shame. How can one call itself a news organization when it blacks out coverage of a story like this, which has such a broad impact on the safety of our children and education? And they wonder why ratings and trust of the media continue to tank." Okay, so let me preface it with this. I'm not saying that all transgenders are like this. That's not what I'm saying. I think that's a very unfair comparison. What I am saying, though, is that if you are a boy, you should be in the boys' bathroom. If you're a girl, you should be in the girls' bathroom. Don't give a fuck what you identify as. That's what you are, to prevent things like this from occurring. But there is no press covering this. Why? And you know why, ladies and gentlemen. You know why. There will not be any negative press shown mainstream about transgenderism. There won't, because if they do, they know they're going to be accused of being transphobes, and they don't want that they don't want that mess on their hands. So it's not about reporting the truth. It's about ignoring the truth and only reporting what they want to report. This is commonly seen. We've seen this over and over again. They're not going to touch this with a brick fucking stick. MSN will sweep this under the rug and let it die. A boy assaulted a girl in a fucking school when he identified as whatever and then went into the bathroom and assaulted her. Like, this is insane to me. The boy and his parents should be strung the fuck up. That's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting. This is nuts. Why would that boy even feel he could do that? Now, again, this is a big if. Let me back up real quick. If this is proven to be true, again, innocent until proven guilty. I still stand by that. If this is proven true, why did that boy think he could do that? Where did he get that idea from? It's a good question, right? It's a good question. Why did that boy think he could do that? Maybe we start looking into the parents. Start investigating some of the parents of this stuff. Start taking these kids and questioning them. Like, what have your parents taught you? Get to the root of the decay, the moral decay in the minds of liberals.
Do you think it's the parents teaching them, or just a lack of being around the children?
It could be both. It could be one. It could be. There could be both. I don't know.
Because I think that's probably what happens. Is the parents are not involved as much as they would like to be.
Yeah.
And then they have to be forced to drop them off at school, and the school is run by liberals or these progressive thinking people, and all of a sudden they're dropping these little things in these children's brains, like, oh yeah, no, you feel like this, then you're probably a girl. You know?
Well, at least Tucker Carlson covered it because it was tweeted out by him or it was posted by him. It says, what wasn't covered by ABC, CBS, and NBC tonight? The Loudoun County School Board allegedly covering up the rape of a 14-year-old girl to pass a transgender bathroom policy.
Mm-hmm.
At a June meeting, even before the speaking before the school board, the father of the girl allegedly raped was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. Bro, the father of the girl who wants answers was arrested for disorderly conduct. That dude has every right to be pissed the fuck off.
Oh, my God. I mean,
when the system fails you, then fuck the system.
Yeah.
This week, the Daily Wire revealed that he was super upset. What he was super upset about? The assault on his daughter by a gender-fluid boy wearing a skirt in a girl's bathroom. The school board, however, has denied that there was an incident. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office filed charges in the case. The story did see airtime on Fox News and its top shows last night. Liberal media won't touch this, ladies and gentlemen. They're not going to touch it. We'll go near it. And talking about school boards, I think this is where the fight's at right now, honestly.
Yeah.
The fight for our youth is at these school board meetings. Virginia mom who survived Maoist China says DOJ School Board Association is using communist tactics. Parents in Northern Virginia react after National School Boards Association suggests they're domestic terrorists. This is what they do. This is what they're doing. This is nuts to me. If you're protesting critical race theory, you want to keep that bullshit out of the school, which I think I'm all in favor for. Like, it has no business being there. Now you're a domestic terrorist. Like, the school boards are like asking the DOJ to get involved to investigate these parents. Like, dude, there's gonna hit a point where you've essentially stripped everything you can from these people. They got nothing else to lose. You go after their children, they're gonna start shooting you, and justifiably so. Like, these school boards and shit like that, like, they should be labeled domestic terror. Go grab a fucking gun and give them what they want. Give them what they fuck. You think you're a domestic? The fact that they make such an inaccurate comparison for the sake of these buzzwords, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna do it one of these fucking days, and you're gonna go way too fucking far. And that domestic terrorist that you just tried to decry as being likened or akin to fucking Muslim extremists, that dude's gonna come to it, grab a gun, and is gonna go shoot you the fuck up. Then you get what you deserve. You get what you fucking asked for. You stupid fucks out there wanting to perpetrate these people that oppose your views as the worst thing possible in regards to domestic terrorists, you're going to get what you asked for. It's going to happen. And it's almost like every time you fucking Democrats ask for something, it blows up in your fucking face. Defund the police. Austin crime goes to the fucking roof. Now cops won't even respond to non-life or death situation. You get what you want, and your fucking city burns for it, and it suffers. Liberals should be rounded up and sent to fucking California, and you have that shithole, and you just watch it decay. Because you people are just so fucking twisted and demented. There is something wrong with you. There is something legitimately wrong with you. And when I say liberals, I'm talking about extremists. I'm not talking about all liberals. I should clarify that. I shouldn't be painting them all with a broad brush here. That's not fair. I'm talking about these extremist liberals that meet the criteria. They're in favor of child puberty blockers, thinking that children should have access to this, that should be normalized. I'm talking about the extreme people. I have many Democrat friends that, like I said, they're on the other side of the aisle. We don't agree with some things economically, and I have no beef with them. The ones I have beef with are the extremists. The extremists on both sides of the aisle, realistically. That's who I'm referring to. These disgusting individuals. Fairfax County, VA, a Virginia mom who endured Mao's Cultural Revolution before immigration to the U.S. said the National School Boards Association and the Justice Department are using tactics similar to ones she saw in communist China that they used to stop parents from speaking out. When I was in China, I spent my entire school years in Chinese Cultural Revolution, so I'm very, very familiar with the communist tactics of how to divide people, how they canceled the Chinese traditional culture and destroyed our heritage. Z Van Fleet told Fox News, all this is happening here in America. They called them racist for a long time, but that did not work, Van Fleet said, referring to the parents who have spoken out about critical race theory. So they have to upgrade it to domestic terrorists. Attorney General Merrick Garland last week announced, among other efforts, a task force to determine how federal enforcement tools can be used to prosecute criminal conduct directed towards school personnel. He said harassment and violence against school employees had increased and that threats against public servants are not only illegal, but they run counter to our nation's core values. When your nation's public servants are pushing critical race theory using taxpayer dollars and the people don't want it, you are in contradiction to what the people want. You serve the people. You seem to forget this. You serve the people. The people put you there. You serve them. The power dynamic somehow is shifted, and they think that they run everything and that people don't answer. They don't answer the people. Bullshit. So here's the thing. If you want them to stop teaching that critical race theory and the parents are for saying stop and you don't, hey, what do they have left to do? Either they pull their children out or they get violent. That's nuts to me. I never thought I'd be in the position to sit here and like say this kind of shit. Like sometimes you do have to get violent. That's just the way it goes. People aren't listening anymore. They're not listening. They want to do what they want to do. They want to push this bullshit ideology on you. They want to sit there and basically paint every white person as being a racist, as if we're the ones at fault, as if it's our fault of what happened in the past and our ancestors and shit like that. That's all they're trying to do. It's essentially trying to put white people as the minority and back us into a corner and make us feel bad for the sins of our forefathers. This is insanity to me. I'm not going to feel ashamed to be white. I'm proud to be white. Oh my God, is that racist to say? Well, if you can say that I'm proud to be black, I'm proud to be Latino, there is absolutely nothing fucking wrong with me saying I'm proud to be white. And if that strikes you funny, then guess what? You're probably the racist. Now, realistically, I don't give a fuck that I'm white. I'm not proud about that. It's nothing I did to earn that. But by me just saying that, if that triggers you, I got news for you, buddy. I got news for you. You're the very same type that you preach against. Welcome to equality, motherfucker. Both ways. Both fucking ways. Consumer prices rise 5.4% on year's highest inflation in 13 years. Consumer prices rose 5.4% for the year ending September, according to a report by the Department of Labor released Wednesday, the highest pace of inflation since 2008. Forecasters had expected a 5.3% increase. While some of the so-called transitory factors like used car prices, airfares, and apparel continue to ease up after sharp run-ons in earlier months, inflation is broadening out, said Greg McBride, Bankrate senior analyst. Food and shelter increases together contribute to more than half of the seasonally adjusted increase in the CPI. With home prices soaring and rents surging, this may be just the tip of the iceberg. The news comes as inflation fears percolate among some economists who worry that the rising prices are not just transitory, as the Federal Reserve contends. The Fed has maintained interest rates at near zero since the start of the pandemic, a stance that has received plaudits from some economists, but has caused others to fear the central bank may be contributing to the inflationary pressure. The most recent jobs report was a major letdown. The economy added just 194,000 new jobs in September as the Delta variant curbed businesses, far short of consensus forecast of 473,000 new jobs. The unemployment rate is now at 4.8%, well above what it was prior to the health crisis. But what the people are not also bringing up the fact is that businesses forcing these mandates, these vaccines, and people are quitting. Unemployment is also going to continue to go down because they said if you quit, you're not going to have access to unemployment. Therefore, that number stays low percentile, and that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Mm-hmm. The fact that you pay into this and then you can't get your money back, why the fuck would I pay taxes after that? Why? Why would I do that? And that's how the system is rigged, ladies and gentlemen, because if you don't pay taxes because of this right here, you go to jail anyway.
Yep.
That's how the system is rigged. That's how it's fucking rigged. Fucking sad, man. Fucking sad. It's a shame it came to this. Biden's open land borders for non-essential travelers who have been vaccinated. Oh, that's right. Mexico and Canadian borders, they're opening, baby. If you can show proof of vaccination, come on in. Even though, wait for it, the science has already proven the vaccination does not stop the spread of COVID, and it doesn't stop you from getting COVID. Mm-hmm. You know what's proof of that? Alan West, his wife, has COVID. Guess what? She was vaccinated. That they talked about that too. Alan West did not receive the vaccine. His wife did. And guess what? They both still got COVID. Fuck your science. Your science is bullshit. Your science is a fucking lie. Because that evidence right there proves you wrong. Proves you fucking wrong. And by the way, the Southwest pilots, they are striking. Unofficially. Because contractually they're not allowed to strike, which I don't think. It is? What?
Well, I thought they were...
They all got sick,
right?
Is what it was. They kind of like how the cops, they get the blue fever. Same thing.
Same thing?
Yeah, blue flu. Airline, good for you. Airline pilots, Southwest, God bless you. I hope more people stand up with you. I encourage you to do so. Unite. You have the government by the balls. You take the elites, you grab them by their fucking nuts and say, we have the fucking power. It's the people have the power. Truckers, pilots, when you decide to strike in unison, this comes to an end. I guarantee it comes to an end. It's already hurting Southwest. Southwest is going to have to choose. When you have thousands of pilots saying, we're not doing this, your company is dead in the fucking water. Dead in the water.
Imagine they're losing just
a lot.
Truckloads of money.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's when you want to hit them in the fucking feels, ladies and gentlemen? Hit them in the feels. That's how you do it. You hit them in the wallet, and then they will succumb every single fucking time. Businesses have to. That's the only reason they're complying with the government. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason they're... Do you think these companies and these businesses give a fuck about your health? Shit, no, they don't. They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a shit about you.
Nope.
They don't care. They care about as much as you as far as they can fucking throw you. Don't get that twisted for a second. Don't think they're looking out for your best interest. They're just protecting their wallet is all. They don't get fined by the government. That's all it is. Walk out. Leave them. Watch what happens. Yeah. Watch what they're forced to do. Now they got to negotiate with you.
Yep.
Because here's the other thing. Like, thousands of pilots, good luck replacing them.
Yep.
In a timely manner without going through fucking mandatory training and shit like that. Indoctrination into the actual company, the policies, all that stuff. You can't just hire a new pilot and say, hey, go fly the 747. No. There's a lot that goes into that. Good luck. See what happens. I think America's eventually going to right itself in this regard. I think the mandates are eventually going to go away. I really do. I think more people get just fed up with it. There's going to be, like, once Democrats cross the aisle on this one and they start to see, like you said, you were out in California, they were getting really sick of it. Yeah. Once Democrats come over, it's like it's over. When you have a united front, and it's getting to that point, when you have a united front and then the majority takes over and says this isn't going to happen, because right now I think social media is doing a very good job of covering up what the majority feels. Yeah. They're only promoting what the minority is saying.
Right.
But the majority is definitely not in favor of these vaccine mandates. Even Democrats come out and they're like, I've seen so many posts of Democrats saying, hey, I'm vaccinated, but I am in favor of your freedom to choose. I chose to do that.
Yeah. I think the people in California, it's the elected officials who are in the minority.
Yeah. Yep.
They're not the ones who,
no. That's who they pander to. That's who they want to pander to. Because the minority, if you think about it, the minorities have the most power now because they've cried the loudest. Yeah. But if you just ignore that bullshit, if you ignore these idiots, it just goes away. Yeah, that's all it does.
Make it seem like everybody is on their side.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's the
like all these minorities out there fucking whining about all this shit. Like, how bad do you really have it?
Yeah.
Instead of like spotlighting with a magnifying glass these incidents where there's racism involved, which, by the way, why is there like hardly any fucking coverage of like black on white racist crimes? Why is that? Why do we not see that as much? Or when the article comes out, it doesn't say black man murders white man. Mm-hmm. It just says fucking there was a murder. Mm-hmm. But if it's a white dude, oh, you're damn well, CNN is out there fucking Cuomo and the rest of those little cocksuckers, Don Lemon, they're out there fucking, oh, they're spreading it. They're spreading it, baby. Don't you dare talking about black on white crime. Don't you dare do that. If you do that, that's fucking racist. But we can talk about white on black crime all day. 100%. It's a joke. The media is manipulating every single person out there. Social media is no different than fucking CNN. No different. They're the same. It's insanity to me at this point. Like, we are in for a very turbulent time because I feel like we're hitting a threshold here to where it's like something's going to have to change. Something's going to have to give. People can't keep taking this shit.
Yeah.
It's very crazy to see this. Like, I'm telling you, like, even I could see like a domestic terrorist like trying to shut down Facebook, like blowing something up and then Facebook's gone. People will be like, yeah, this world would probably be a lot better place without Facebook. Like, we don't need social media. We don't. Like, it's bad. This is so fucking bad. I mean, we need it for our business, don't get me wrong. But I think the world would be so much better without social media. Social media essentially gives a voice to those that probably shouldn't have a voice because they're too fucking stupid. And then it magnifies it, and then everybody glorifies it and praises it because they want to get that little blue star of approval. Like, again, like, it's just, it's nuts to me that people will rally behind the fact there's child drag story hours in libraries. Like, that never would have happened without social media. Somebody would have seen that shit, went in there with a fucking pitchfork and like skewered those motherfuckers. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for us today here at the Shell Shock Headquarters studio. We want to thank you for tuning in and being here. We just hit 150,000 downloads or 150,000 plays of the podcast. Big thank you to everybody actually doing that. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you for making our voices heard like that. Do me a favor, share this podcast. Go on iTunes, leave us a review. It's the All-American Savage Show podcast. Leave us a review. It bumps us up in the stats. It helps us grow. Look, we are not with Turning Point. We're not with any of these people. We are on our own. We are on our own. We're doing this ourselves, and it's because of you, the people, that you make this happen. You allow us to do this. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure you check out shellshockcbd.com. We have amazing products. We have some more stuff we're formulating and coming out with here in the future. We're getting ready for Black Friday. And we still have the tankards available. The tankards are on the site. People have been asking about the tankards and the pipes. We got them. They're on the Shell Shock CBD page. You can go check it out. We're filming a new John Ross video very soon because we're releasing a new John Ross-based CBD product. I've told you about it. It's coming very soon. Each bottle is going to be signed by myself, or I'm sorry, John Ross is going to be signing them. Mm-hmm. And then, the flavoring is a chocolate coconut, and then they're called Happy Little Drops.
Happy Little Drops.
Happy Little Drops.
That's actually really good.
Yeah. I'm not going to admit that. I tasted it. That's actually pretty good. So, yes. We're going to have a limited edition, unless they're like super popular, then we'll keep them. But limited edition John Ross drops coming very soon. I want to say we're going to probably launch them by next week.
Yeah.
And it'll be with the video. So when the video drops on YouTube, my YouTube page, those will be on the website ready to go. So, and we have limited runs on that. But like I said, if they're good, we'll bring them back. If people really like them, we'll bring them back. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you again from the bottom of our hearts. You got anything to add, Josh?
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. I am going to be live again here on Twitch in about an hour to 2 hours because I have to run back home. I got some things being installed in the house. So I'm probably going to play some bullshit games, bullshit with you guys over on Twitch. And again, if you're not following me on Twitch, it's The John Burke. You can subscribe over there. A big thank you to everybody that supports me over there. All the bits, all the donations, all the subscriptions. You guys make this really fun for us. Thank you so much.